Jordan Howerman, thank you for $10. What are your thoughts on the new HDZero goggles 2? I like them. I bought a set. Yeah, so I spent whatever $600, $650 of my own money on a set. That's how much I like them. The number one reason I bought them is if I only flew HDZero, I wouldn't have bought them. Okay. My opinion is that they don't bring enough to the table compared to the V1 goggle if you only fly HDZero. Like, they have some small improvements like sealed optics. There's some built, like the knobs are higher quality. They're nicer knobs. They have notches on the knobs where you adjust the focus, so like it clicks into place. And like, there's small things like that, but nothing that would make it worth selling your V1 goggles and buying V2s instead. The main reason I bought the V2s is because I often use my HDZeros as analog goggles. It has the best analog DVR of anything out there, and as a content creator, I like that. It has a great interface. It's just a good goggle to use as an analog goggle. And the V2s have built-in analog receiver, so you don't have to have the module hanging off the side. So that's exciting. So if you're buying HDZero goggles today, you would buy the V2. That's just what you would buy because they've replaced the V1. But if you own the V1, I don't think it's really worth, unless you fly a lot of analog, in which case, yeah, maybe it's worth it, depending on how much you feel, how much you value getting rid of the module hanging off the side. I need analog with a digital alternative. Well, is HDZero the digital system you want to use? Because HDZero is very different. Oh, why am I here? Why am I not on this screen? There we go. HDZero is very different than DJI and Walkstill, and the image quality, range, and penetration is more like analog. The latency is also more like analog. If you care a lot about latency, HDZero is the one to go for. But if you're thinking all digital systems are the same in terms of range, resolution, image quality, and penetration, that's not the case, and you should carefully research that before you decide that's what you want. I think that for people who race, HDZero is a clear winner. And I think for casual freestyle pilots, HDZero can be good, but you start to feel that limitation the more you try and push through obstacles and to distances. Where do you get them for $650? I don't know what I paid for them. $700? What are they? Whatever they are in the U.S. store, that's what I paid for them.
They're $750.
$750. All right. Well, that's what I paid. Sorry, I couldn't remember.
Do you have any intention of doing any analog testing with them
Yes.
and making a video?
That's like the only reason I bought them, right? I hope. See, here's the interesting thing. The HDZero V2 goggles don't have a diversity receiver. They only use one antenna. And when I heard that, I was like, okay. And what they say is that Carl worked his magic. And Carl can work magic. That's a fact. He worked his magic, and it's just as good. Even without diversity. Even without, a sensor fusion, whatever, all that, signal fusion, and so forth. It's like, okay, well, we'll give it a try. I've seen some other people release tests that show pretty good results, although I'm still going to be interested to perform my own tests. It did surprise me, though, because the antenna that is used by the internal analog receiver is I believe it's the right top antenna, which shocked the heck out of me because that's almost always going to be an omni antenna. And I would think that you would use the front antenna, which is a patch antenna, so you get more range and penetration. Like if I had to pick between only omni and only patch, I probably would pick only patch most of the time because most of the time I'm flying in front of myself instead of flying all around myself. That's not always true, but it's often true for me. So not only do I only have one receiver, but Carl worked his magic. It's just as good. Okay, we'll stipulate that. But also I'm stuck with my omni antenna unless I want to put a patch antenna on top of the goggles, which absolutely you can do. But a lot of people don't.